Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Anchor MMA, and I'm back with my reaction to UFC 324. Not a bad card. Not a bad card at all. There was some good moments. There was some bad fights. There was some very good fights. And we're gonna go over them, starting with Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. I don't know what to say. I thought Charles Johnson was a lot better than that, but he just instantly got hurt bad. And, I mean, the whole fight he was just getting dominated. Got finished in the first round pretty brutally, I might add, but nothing much to say. Just Charles Johnson let me down. Next fight, Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Who cares? Who cares? Nikita Krylov TKOs him pretty much at the buzzer. No, he KO'd him. Not a TKO. He KO'd him pretty much at the buzzer. That was, I love to see that. A buzzer beater. Krylov was winning that fight too. Pretty comfortably. Yeah. It was a step down in competition for Nikita Krylov, definitely. But it was a good win nonetheless. Good KO. I don't know. I didn't really expect a KO. But if I did, it would have been late. And that is exactly what happened. Up next, Atiba Gauthier versus Andre Puliev. I'm honestly shocked that this went to a decision. Honestly shocked that it made it out of the first round. But nonetheless, Atiba Gauthier put on a good performance. Puliev put on a really good performance. He basically fought a perfect fight. But obviously, when you're facing somebody like Atiba Gauthier, you're going to get still 30-27. But overall, both fighters fought pretty well. Atiba proved that he could go 15 minutes pretty comfortably. And he hurt him bad in that first round. I thought he was going to be an instant KO. But Puliev changed up the game plan, looked a lot better. And, yeah, up next, the Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davidson Figueiredo fight. This fight was incredibly boring. Nothing really happened. I wish I had something to say about this fight, but I just honestly wish it didn't happen. I wish I could just erase it from my memory. Honestly, it was such a boring performance that I would give Sean O'Malley the title shot next over Umar Nurmagomedov, obviously after the Merab Dvalishvili fight. But I just want to forget that fight ever happened. But we'll go to the main card. This was the fight of the night right here. Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. It was just a scrap. Honestly, a lot of people are saying this was a robbery, but I do unfortunately think Gene Silva won 29-28. But this was a close fight and a banger fight. Round one went to Arnold Allen. A lot more. He was throwing a lot more, landing a lot more. But Gene Silva had a good end to the round to where you could have given it to Silva, maybe, but I think that round was definitely Arnold Allen's. But round two was probably the closest. I don't know. They were all really close rounds, but Gene Silva won the second round decently convincingly. In the last round, honestly, it could have gone to anybody, but Gene Silva he landed more damage in that last round and was more active, threw more, so Gene Silva won it with that last round for sure. But this was an absolute banger fight, and yeah, this was my fight of the night, honestly. Up next, Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. This one could have gone either way as well. I mean, this was just a women's MMA fight. I mean, that's all you can really say about this. Like, Natalia Silva is a very good fighter, and honestly, she'll probably fight for the belt next. But Rose is not the same fighter she was, and Rose really did give her problems. But Natalia Silva ended up getting the win, and that's all that really matters. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. My boy Waldo. What did I tell you guys? He would win by whatever he wants. I'm telling you. He dominated Derek Lewis. People are like, oh, Derek Lewis looked terrible. Why do you think he looked terrible? Waldo is an amazing fighter. A lot faster than Derek Lewis. He didn't let... Lewis threw this... he threw 43 strikes and only landed 8. Landing 18% of strikes is absolutely absurd. Waldo... I can't really defend the KO or the TKO because I don't know how that punch dropped Derek Lewis. Maybe just all the damage and that one was the final blow. Maybe he gave up like people are saying, but Waldo dominated. Looked really, really good. And I hope people can finally give him the respect he deserves and look at him as a real top 5 contender. And I would give him either Curtis Blades or Alexander Volkov next. Both of those fights would be bangers, and I think the winner of that should fight for the title coming up, depending on what happens in the division. I think they would do Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane while Tom Aspinall is out. And the winner of that obviously gets the title shot. Honestly, I could see Waldo fighting on the Mexico card against Derek Lewis, which is what he called for, and then Volkov maybe a month after that. Some pretty good card, and the winner of that would get the title shot. Because Waldo is incredibly active. He's a stud. I don't know how you can't like Waldo. I think he is still underrated, honestly. Just making Derek Lewis look that bad is incredible because Derek Lewis is one of the most decorated fighters in all of the UFC. And he never really had any problems with Derek Lewis at all. Up next, the co-main event. I said earlier that the Gene Silva-Arnold Allen fight was not a robbery, like people said. This was a robbery, like people said. Song Yadong won the first 2 rounds. I mean, pretty comfortably, too. I just don't really see how that's a unanimous decision. I just don't understand. Sean O'Malley the round he won was the last round, and it was the most convincing, so maybe that played a little bit of bias into it, but I just honestly think that they just biased Sean O'Malley. Because Song Yadong fight a very good fight. And he looked incredible. That's why I really don't know if Jan beats Merab or even if Jan beats Merab, I don't know who to give it to, Sean O'Malley versus Umar. Honestly, I wouldn't mind just making them fight because neither of them really showed that they should get the title shot. But good fight, though. I really enjoyed this fight. This was probably one of the top 3 fights of the night, probably behind the next fight we're going to talk about, which is Gaethje versus Paddy. Honestly, it didn't go the way I thought it would. I thought Paddy Pimblett would attempt takedowns. The stats here say 5 takedowns, but I mean, they weren't takedown attempts. He really didn't put his all into them. But I don't know. You're not gonna stand on the feet and beat Justin Gaethje unless you have freakish power like a Max Holloway, like an Ilia Topuria, who's gonna absolutely do disgusting things to Justin Gaethje. But Paddy Pimblett could have taken this fight to the ground. I don't think he would have subbed him, but I think he could have won a round or 2 more and maybe got this decision to go his way. Overall, I'm kind of disappointed with Paddy's effort, but Gaethje fought a good fight. Looked really good on the feet, dropped him a couple times. Early on in the fight, may I add. Paddy's got a good chin, I'll give him that. I've been saying that. Everybody knows that. But, yeah, I think Patty could have done better. And, yeah, neither of them are even going to get close to Ilia Topuria. I feel like that was the main thing that this fight showed us. But overall, probably a 7 out of 10 card, but with the big names and some good moments, I think this was overall a good card to start off the Paramount era. I'd be pretty happy about this if I was Dana and Hunter Campbell. But up next is 325, which is this weekend. I will be coming out with my predictions and parlays for that very soon. But I appreciate you guys watching, and have a great day.